kamikaze. Just wanted to go over a couple of things because I've been getting some requests as far as how I got my stats so high so fast, and where I invested my money in, and if it's all troop power, or what it actually is um, that makes my castle so strong so quick. First and foremost, it's money. I basically spent around $3,100. You don't have to do this. I did it in 4 days. Um, Probably extremely arrogant and foolhardy of me to spend that kind of money in 4 days, but I enjoy the game, and I don't I don't like to lose. I'm very competitive, so anyway, long story short, it takes a lot of money, but you don't have to do it as quick as I did, especially when you already have somebody in a position where they're the strongest in the kingdom, or they're at least competitive with the strongest in the kingdom. You can feel free to take your time and do it the right way. Alright, so I'm just going to go over a couple of ways on how I did it. First and foremost is, if you noticed, I'm 123 million power, but my castle is only level 23. Alright, so why did I do that? Why did I choose to stay at such a low level castle but get so high in statistics? Well, first of all, guys, you will hear everybody talking about upgrade to castle 30, get the T10 troops, upgrade to castle 26, get the T9 troops. Yes, that's all well and good if you're not trying to be a statistic player and you're playing against people that really don't know what they're doing. But if you've been in kingdoms and have been in the game long as I have, and you played against a lot of Asian clans, you get to learn that the game is far more about numbers statistically than it is about troops and castle levels. Alright, I'll give you an example. If you take a look at this little mini battle I went through with this guy here who stole my relic. He stole it off somebody else. He didn't steal it off me because he couldn't beat me in a fight. But anyway, if you take a look at this battle, he's a castle 26. He's got tier 9 troops. I'm a castle 23. I only have tier 8 troops, and I have only 17,000 troops in total. 18,000 at the time this battle took place. Now, defense usually wins in battles on this game, but because my statistics are so high, I only took about 104,000 damage while he lost 1.7 million power. Alright, so how did I do that? Well, my dragon's a little bit better than him, as you can see, but it's not enough to make that kind of dramatic change. Now we're going to scroll down to my heroes. Our heroes are basically exactly the same. I have a better first starting hero, but his is tier 2. And mine's only tier 1. I lost 1,700. He lost 36,176. Not only did I only attack him with 18,000 troops, but he actually had almost over 60,000 troops. He had 72,000 troops. 72,000 against my 18,000. And I completely wiped the floor with him, and he had tier 9 troops. Okay? Why is that? This is why. I'm not really going to get into war strategy right now. That's a whole nother video in and of itself. But this is why. Look at my stats compared to his. My statistics blow his out of the water, so my tier 8 troops completely wiped the floor with his tier 8s and his tier 9s, even though he's a much higher castle level than me. All of that. And he was the same exact power as me, too. We were both 28 million power at the time of this attack. And I wiped the floor with him. And this is why. Now, where do you invest your money? Where do you invest your time? What are you trying to get in order to get stats like this? And even better? Well, my stats are actually way better than this now. But I'll show you how to do it. Now, if you are going to spend money, a lot of people make the mistake and waste a lot of money, and I made the same mistake in my last kingdom. I paid over $7,000 for a tier 35 castle with about the same stats, maybe a little bit higher than I have now. And that was because I wasted a lot of money on buying tier 2, and then upgrading to tier 3, and upgrading to tier 4, and then finally tier 5. Like, I wasted money buying mid-grade stuff before I bought the high-grade stuff, just to stay competitive at the time, when I could have just slowly purchased the best stuff in the game until I finally had it all, and then upgraded in an instant when I finally had it all. So let me show you how this works. I'll go into my castle here. One of the main things that give you the earliest boost in your statistics is your artifacts. Alright. You have the Barbarian's Rune, tier 5. Look at that. Infantry, health, attack, and defense. Just one of those R5s. Of course, mine is upgraded to tier 2 R5. So it's still around 200, 215 or something like that percent. Just one. And when you unlock one tomb, you get 2 of them. You get enough materials to purchase 2 of them. So that's 400% on all 3 of those stats immediately, just for unlocking one. And then you got all these. I don't have that one yet. I'll probably unlock that one tomorrow. But yeah, and then you have those. And then you just do it for all of them. And as you can tell, this is where my stats are, just for the artifacts. I have 433% and 415% for most, and then my hardest things to upgrade, the troop health, troop attack, and troop defense, which I'll go more into depth about later, those are up to about 150 just from the artifacts. Okay, which that's going to upgrade tomorrow. Alright, the next thing you want to do, your hero weapons. I skipped right past the earth weapons and the tempest weapons, and I went right towards the best this time. Because why waste money on mid-grade to stay competitive early on when I can just either quickly or slowly buy the best grade stuff and be a destroyer later on, you know what I mean? So I bought and unlocked all the wildfire weapons, and those are the stats that they give you. Again, these are all upgraded once. Alright, next after that, you have your equipment and your gems. Okay, now you can get low level equipment, or you were able to about 2 days ago, just from killing monsters and getting ingots. And you can get low level equipment. Let me see here, I'll go into armory. You can go down here and get new recruit equipment for 20 ingots a piece, which is almost nothing. It's so easy because you get about 4 or 5 or 3 ingots per monster or something like that. So you can make a whole set of fighter 2 set, or whatever the hell that says, for dirt cheap, and then throw some gems in it, some top tier gems, and your stats will still be amazing, because you're still getting tons of benefits from your gems. But this is what I have. I have the tier 6. Oh, sorry. I have the top tier equipment here called destruction gear. These are the benefits that it comes with. They're all upgraded once. And not only that, but the bonus benefits when you have an enchantment set, which is what I have, it has a smith mark. And with the smith mark, you also get all of these stats. Alright, so when you're wearing a complete set of one smith, actually you can actually mix up as long as there's a smith mark on your set, so you can use I don't even know how to pronounce that word, or Redeemer gear, you can mix it all up and still get the Smith mark. Because all three of those have a Smith mark. Alright. So that's the gear. You want to shoot for the top, even if it takes you a month, you know what I mean? Because you're only spending what, 300. It's about $300 per. So 3, 6, 9, 10, 12. It's a little less than $300 per gear to unlock the top. So I mean, right now people are on unemployment and they're getting paid an extra $600 a week than they normally would be. I mean, if you got the money to blow, I'm not on unemployment, unfortunately. I'd love to be, but I'm not. But if you got the money to blow, either way, $300 a week, 6 weeks, you got yourself a full set. You know what I mean? All right. Then we go to the gems, which is where your major stats are going to come from. Go right to the dream gems. All right. Let me show you the gems showcase. All right. So you could waste your money like I used to, getting some other tiered gems like chaos or even light. But if you jump right up into here, it's really cost effective. And look at the kind of stats you get. And you can put like 2 or 3 of these in every single piece of weapon. So you're getting those stats on the right hand side 2 or 3 times per weapon. So that's about anywhere from 6 to 12 times that per. So it's just, why waste your money on lower things? Alright, so these are where your stats are coming from, just in case you didn't know. And one thing, here's one thing, 2 more things, sorry about that, I haven't done this yet, so I'm going to be unlocking these maybe later on, because I don't need to spend the money right now. Your statues, R5, this is what you get. R5, that's what you get. R5, and each one of these can be upgraded like 5 times. So don't waste your money on the lower tier stuff. Look at the kind of stats you get just buying the bigger stuff. You can even take your time and buy that. Alright, and also dragon emblems, which I can't show you because I haven't unlocked it yet. Alright, those are your main stat building things other than research, which research is down here. So, one hidden thing with stats is your dragon spirit. Okay, as you can see on the top, I'm at section 6 now, and on section 6, or after you defeat section 5 anyway, I'll bring it back here. After you defeat section 5, you get an extra 30% troop health, troop attack, and troop defense, which is your main stat you want to focus on. Okay, this is your main stat. A lot of people like to focus on infantry, bowmen, cavalry, siege. They like to do all that little funky stuff and get those numbers nice and high. But those first 3 stats can change the ball game. I'm telling you right now. Alright, so that's how you get an extra 30, up to 30% increase in your stats. Alright. There's a bunch of other ways you can get stats. I mean, little tricks and stuff like that. I can't really show them to you because my kingdom hasn't unlocked them things yet. But there's a bunch of things you can do. Just wanted to make sure I gave you guys a quick overview on a few things that help you focus on it. You want to make sure you kill monsters until your stamina is gone at least 2 or 3 times a day. Huge rewards. You want to make sure you participate in the events and do a lot of stuff like that. You get huge rewards, and pretty soon they'll have little things like the King's Road, I forget whatever it's called, not the King's Road, there's some other event where there's this big chart of free items that you can get for just doing certain things, doing certain challenges, killing monsters and other stuff like that. But yeah, so you don't really have to spend a ton of money. It just takes longer to get everything if you don't. Like a lot longer. Like you probably to get where I am right now, you'd probably be playing for a year if you didn't spend any money. At least, because I know people who've been playing for a year that have spent no money that still don't even have 100 million powers. So, and if they do, it's all in troops. They've got like 20 million troops or something stupid like that. But yeah. So that's the main focus right there. Let me show you my stats now, just as they are. Reports. I'll show you a barbarian that I just recently did, which is the same stats as fighting in person. So here are my stats. And that's no boosts, no extra 25% or 20% attack boost or defense boost or anything like that. That's raw, all mine, and then I can boost it if I choose to. But that's that, guys. Let me know if you have any questions. I'd be glad to help you out. Thanks a lot.